My name is Julie Lewis and I'm the head of sixth form, but I'm also teaching A Level Sociology at the Thomas Lane Academy. Sociology is a hugely popular subject in sixth form because it has relevance to society today and all of the social problems that our students encounter. Sociology goes with all subjects in sixth form, but particularly the social science and the humanities seems to be a popular choice. However, more students are tending to take sociology with science as we sort of move into sort of areas of new interest for them. So what's the big question then? So the big question really sort of is, what is sociology? Because it's a non-national curriculum subject that many of you may not have encountered before. So sociology really is the study of human development, the structure of society and how it functions. There are key topics in sociology that are concerned with institutions that are supposed to create social harmony, but sometimes create disorder and anxiety for us all. So we study sort of these key institutions of society through social class, gender, and ethnicity. The easiest way for me to probably explain to you what this course is all about is by looking at the key questions that are attached to the units of study that students study with us. The first topic is education, and probably the favourite one that all students like to start with because they've been in it and they've won it because they're now in sixth form. So the key question in the education unit really relates to why some groups in education are more successful than others. When we finish that unit of study, we study another unit that is very closely connected to the education unit, which is families and households. This is a fantastic topic for students because, again, they're in it to win it. They've all been part of a family at a time of huge social change. So the key question we look at in families and households is, what has been the impact of our concept of childhood on the way we live our lives today? What's the impact of family structure, the ways that that has changed and the impact that that has on society? Moving into the end of Year 12 and beginning Year 13, we begin our study of religion and society. So we're not so much studying different religions and their content, their faith sort of principles, but we're looking at key questions like, why has church attendance declined, but at the same time, the interest in New Age religions in this country and globally risen to a phenomenal level? It's a fascinating question, isn't it? Lastly, in Year 13, we study crime and deviance. This seems to be one of the most favourite units that students like to study because the key question is really about why some groups are criminalised and why some aren't. Should the criminal justice system be focused on punishment or retribution? They're all fascinating questions throughout sociology that everybody will have an opinion on, and I'm delighted to say that when I talk to parents, these questions form much of the dinner table conversation in the evening when students get home. We finish our study of sociology by studying theory and methods. What are the theories and the methods used by sociologists to investigate these really interesting sociological questions? We look forward to welcome you into the sociology taster session sort of later on during the academic year. I'm sure you'll have a great time studying this subject.
Hello, my name is Stephanie Christopherson and I teach A Level Psychology. I've been asked to talk to you about why psychology is a great thing to study. And the answer is because it is the best subject in the whole wide world. You get to learn about people, you get to understand about what makes people tick, why we do what we do, which is a really important skill that you can use in lots of elements of your life. It doesn't matter whether you're going to go on to do a psychology degree or whether you're going to go on to do teaching or law or whatever. To have an understanding of people and why they behave as they do is a really important skill. So over the 2 years, we learn about things like mental health. We try and understand whether things like depression and phobias and OCD and schizophrenia are the result of your biology or your learning or your cognition, which is the way you think. We look at other aspects of behaviour, such as approaches within psychology. We look at the idea that behaviour might be learnt, or it might be the result of your upbringing. We also look at things like criminal psychology. We try and understand what makes someone a criminal, again by looking at things like their genetics. Can you be born with a gene that makes you a criminal? In all of these subjects, there is an underlying theme, and that's research methods, because psychology is considered to be a science, just like biology and chemistry and physics. So one of the things you need to ask yourself before you do psychology is whether you're a sciencey minded person. Are you going to be happy to spend 2 years looking at what makes a good experiment, how you analyse data, and whether that research then supports the theories that psychologists have proposed? So, psychology is a very fascinating subject. There is a lot of stuff to learn, but you'll find it a really rewarding subject to do. There are loads of careers you can go into: child psychology, education, health psychology. Tons and tons of areas can be opened up to you if you do psychology. We look forward to seeing you next year, and good luck with your exams.